5+ hours of Coke 600 racing. After all of that, the chaos, the craziness, so many different potential winners, some being new winners, a couple being first-time winners, potentially, Denny Hamlin walks away with victory number 2 of the season, the third driver to do that this year so far, winning the Coke 600, and becomes a Grand Slam Crown Jewel Cup Series winner. Daytona 500, Coke 600, Southern 500, Bristol Night Race. We've got so much to talk about. What's up, guys? It's me, Alan. I am back with another video, and I am back with my 2022 NASCAR Cup Series Charlotte Coca-Cola 600 race review. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, because this is probably going to be a long-ass video. There is so much to talk about. Oh my god. I mean, the thumbnail in of itself is going to, I think, set the tone, because it was crazy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on future videos. And also, real quick, fuck yeah, Boston Celtics are going to the NBA Finals. Let's fucking go. Anyway, so Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Cole Custer, Kaz Gralla, Kyle Larson, and Corey LaJoie had to start at the back. 4 out of them for adjustments. Larson didn't get to do a qualifying lap because he took his car to the garage after practice, or during practice, because he'd gotten in the wall, and LaJoie for a backup car. Excuse me. Lap 18. Ryan Preece, Chris Buescher, Noah Gragson bring out the first caution. Preece and then Buescher both get loose and both spin in about the same spot. Then Gragson did as well. No real damage for any of the three. Ryan Blaney and Mark Truex Jr. both got speeding penalties. Preece ends up going to the garage. Team reports tolling damage. Sadly, his day ends thanks to the DVP, damaged vehicle policy. We'll come back to that later. Caution comes out just as the broadcast goes to commercial for Josh Bilicki. He would report that he blew a tire, wrecked. Unfortunately, his day is done. Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Cole Custer, they stay out. Everyone else pits. Harvick with issues on pit road. Kyle Larson gets a penalty for removing equipment. Kyle Busch would bring out the caution at lap 46. Just as Daniel Suarez passed him for the lead, Busch goes for a long slide but doesn't hit anything. He would go a lap down on pit road. Bubba Wallace pits. He had stayed out under the previous caution. Kyle Larson gets loose and gets into the wall a little bit. Keeps it together. Corey LaJoie brings out the caution with 39 laps to go in stage 1. He goes for a spin in turn 2 and hits the wall thanks to a tire going out. Similar wreck to what happened to him in practice. Kyle Larson gets to go back to the back of the field with an equipment interference penalty, as does Justin Haley. Austin Cindric would pit a second time here so his team can make sure all 4 tires were secure. Blaney and Bell make contact. Bell and Suarez make a little bit of contact a little later. Byron has a big save, and Chase Elliott takes the stage 1 victory. Tyler Reddick 2nd, Christopher Bell 3rd, Ross Chastain 4th, Bubba Wallace 5th, Ryan Blaney 6th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 7th, Mark Truex Jr. 8th, Alex Bowman 9th, and Denny Hamlin in 10th. And one of the biggest themes of this race, outside of the attrition rate, which you will see as we continue, and the tires, which played into that, was look at a lot of the guys that were running up near the front. Chastain, Briscoe, Cindric for a while, Eric Jones for a while, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell. There were a lot of guys up near the front. Daniel Suarez was another one. There was a lot of guys up near the front for a lot of this race that could have gotten their first win, second win on the season, third win if you're Chastain, or Byron for that matter. Bubba Wallace had a fast car. They actually had a fucking pit stop in this race where he didn't lose spots on pit road. How the, bro, one of the biggest problems that Bubba Wallace's team has had this year is his pit crew being complete ass. And yet they fucking had a pit stop that actually worked out for him, and he gained a couple spots. Would it pan out? Find out later. Speaking of, he reported a vibration during the stage, but says it never got worse during the green flag run to end the stage. Bowman's team had issues getting a lug nut off, similar to Eric Jones' team at Kansas. Luckily, it didn't take nearly as long to deal with. Harvick's team fixing a potential steering issue, also reporting the rear diffuser has given the team issues. We get a caution for 26 laps into stage 2. Bubba Wallace goes for a spin through the infield road course turn / grass, right front tire down as a result of said slide. Luckily, he wasn't far from his pit stall, so he was able to drive straight there and get service. Didn't hit anything also. He would go a lap down, though. Fire in the pit stall of Kyle Larson, as well as a little bit of fire on the quarter panel near the gas entry. Larson will pit again with fire still being on his quarter panel, so he'd have to go back to the back again. Christopher Bell's team had issues on pit road. Next caution ends up being for Austin Cindric. He goes for a spin and hits the wall hard. Left rear tire goes out. His day's done. Bubba Wallace gets the free pass. Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney stay out. Todd Gilliland and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. both got speeding penalties. Martin Truex Jr. got a crew member over the wall too soon penalty. Bell would pit twice under this caution. Second time for a loose wheel. Blaney gets loose and gets in the wall bit. Caution comes out for Kyle Larson. He had stayed out. Slid through the infield road course turn like Bubba had before, though not as far. And he didn't blow any tires. About 20 or so cars stayed out under this caution. Byron and Kyle Busch had a long pit stop. Byron apparently had radio issues. Caution would then come out with 15, coming to 14 laps to go in stage 2 for Chase Elliott. He slows on the backstretch into turn 3, tries to save the car, but spins off turn 4 through the infield road course turn. Car had gotten loose in turn 2 after making a pass on Daniel Suarez, and he got in the wall. Basically had a tire go down. Elliott's team looking in the right rear, replacing the toe link. Kyle Busch's team also had a long pit stop. Then we get a restart with 9 laps to go, and then a caution. The big one at Charlotte in turn 2. Starts with Ryan Blaney going for a spin. Then he collects Brad Keselowski, William Byron, Noah Gragson, Harrison Burton, Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, Todd Gilliland, Kevin Harvick, Michael McDowell, Martin Truex Jr. looked like he avoided or barely made contact. Larson also seemed to avoid contact. Same with Bubba Wallace. We'll get to him in a moment. Byron and Elliott done for the day. Kurt Busch done. Blaney going to run pace laps, but team knows he won't make minimum speed. He'll eventually be done. Keselowski goes to the garage. His day would be done. And Daniel Suarez would take the stage 2 victory. Chastain second. Eric Jones third. Chase Briscoe fourth. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fifth. Joey Logano 6th, Kevin Harvick 7th, Tyler Reddick 8th, Martin Truex Jr. 9th, and Christopher Bell 10th. Hamlin said he believed he would run out of tires. We'll get to that later. And then Bubba Wallace. This isn't on him. This is on his team. Again, he did not meet minimum speed prior to the end of the stage, and his night is done. In a car that was not fucking damaged and had speed to potentially fucking win this thing if he stays out of any other wrecks the rest of the way. So, you want to know what happened? Bubba was told not to use up his tires. There was like 3 or 4 laps to go on the stage when they got the race restarted. He was the last car on the lead lap, and they went slow, and he ended up going slow for the final laps of the stage, basically to conserve. And NASCAR said he didn't meet minimum speed. There was an appeal. It would not matter. Apparently, they thought that they still had time on the DVP, and that may have been the case. But per the rules, if you don't meet minimum speed, it doesn't matter how much time you have left on the DVP. You're done. Personally, I think that's bullshit, especially considering that it was only a few laps left in the stage. The tire issues we've seen as of late, throughout the season, really, especially in this race. Like, NASCAR could have made a fucking exception here, I feel like. But it is what it is. It fucking sucks. Wallace has ran better this year than he has in seasons past. The problem is the finishes have not shown it, whether it's been pit crew issues, which has been a fucking constant this year. Fucking get it together, please. Or getting involved in other people's messes, or just straight up not having any luck whatsoever. So, and tonight was really a night that he could have fucking finished top 5, top 10 at least, maybe even pulled a win out. Granted, with all the other shenanigans we saw the rest of the race, who the fuck knows what would have happened, but still, it's crazy, because he had a fucking rocket ship out there. Anyway, Gregson's car stalls on pit road after refiring engine following moment of silence, which they had because, Memorial Day weekend and all that. he was able to get the car going again. Harvick gets in the wall, brings out the caution early in during stage 3. This is a 4-stage race, by the way, because it's Charlotte. It's the Coke 600. Reports that he knocked the toe out. Stas Jr. would make contact with the wall. And then caution will come out for Noah Gragson with 46 laps to go in stage 3. He spins off turn 4 and gets beached in the grass after sliding through the front stretch road course chicane. I believe he continued after this, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Suarez with a long pit stop on pit road, and as would be later reported, a lot of Suarez losing spots on pit road was largely due to the fact that he was getting blocked in with because of Joey Logano being in the pit box in front of him. Denny Hamlin in front of Logano, kind of blocking him in. So there you go. Kyle Busch gets an uncontrolled tire penalty here. Christopher Bell gets to the wall, suffers a flat tire, and he'll make it, but he did make it to pit road. KFB says to change out the right rear toe. Later reports he might have a flat tire, and then he would pit for that tire. Justin Haley's engine sounded like it was potentially expiring. Ross Chastain would take the stage through victory. Briscoe second, Larson third, Reddick fourth, Suarez fifth, Logano sixth, Custer seventh, Buescher eighth, Austin Dillon ninth, and Denny Hamlin in 10th. And Kyle Larson, the first half of the race for him was shit. The second half of the race was a hell of a lot better, as you will see. Alex Bowman, uncontrolled tire penalty. Denny Hamlin may have clipped the foot of one of Logano's crew members. He did, on accident. Larson and Chastain make contact. Suarez and Briscoe make contact behind them. Reddick reporting a vibration. Also reporting is getting really tight. Almirola squeezes Eric Jones into the wall. Reddick would have to pit with a flat left rear. Caution for debris comes out as he pits. The debris coming from him. He would be a lap down, which at the time we all thought pretty much took him out of race-winning contention. Suarez loses 3 spots on pit road. Again, the whole blocking in by Logano thing. Haley's engine would expire under caution. He does make it to pit road, but his night done. Caution would then come out, coming to the start-finish line, following the restart. Chase Briscoe makes contact with Daniel Suarez. Suarez tries to save it, but he spins. Briscoe essentially was not clear. And then the field goes by, but Chris Buescher, who already goes into a bit of a slide, he hits Suarez. He ends up sliding through the grass, and at first it seemed like he caught something in the grass, maybe a drain or whatever. He flips violently before coming to a stop on his roof. Luckily, Buescher dropped the window net. He was okay. He was moving in the car. They would put the red flag out. Gilliland actually got involved as well. And then it took a couple of minutes, but once they got the car flipped back over, Buescher was able to climb out under his own power. And apparently the upper A-frame broke, and that and the tire coming underneath caused the car to flip over. Thankfully, Buescher was okay. He got cleared by the Infield Care Center. He was okay. He gave his interview afterward. And yeah, so when the race does get restarted, we get going again. At one point, NASCAR says they're looking at Reddick's car. And then at this point in time, Kyle Larson has taken the lead by this point. And it looked like he might pull a win out of his ass after the race that he had. Bell gets into the wall, but makes it to pit road, no caution. He had a tire go out. Gragson also with issues late. His night, unfortunately, done with mechanical issues. Almirola gets in the wall pretty good, race stays green. Eric Jones tags the wall, race stays green. Chase Briscoe running Larson's ass down. Excuse me. And then with Briscoe, with 2 laps to go, they go into turns 1 and 2. He sends it in there. And he goes for a spin in turns 1 and 2 with 2 laps to go, bring out the caution. How he didn't clip Larson with the rear of the car, I don't fucking know. But he managed not to. But Briscoe was able to make it to pit road, get tires fixed, all that shit. So this ended up becoming the longest NASCAR race in Cup Series history. We get the green flag for the first overtime, and coming to the white flag. Before they could take the white flag, we get a caution. Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, Ross Chastain, and Kyle Larson, 4 wide coming off turn 4. Dillon, unfortunately, gets turned and cars scattered everywhere. He gets turned in front of Chastain and Larson. Um, Chastain goes through the grass, has a bunch of front end damage. Dillon's night's done. Custer involved. Logano involved. Custer made a little bit of contact with the side of Stenhouse Jr.'s car, but he stayed straight. Mark Truex Jr.'s car goes through the grass. It was fucking chaos. Denny Hamlin came out of it the leader. Kyle Busch second. Harvick, I think, was like third. Stenhouse Jr. was like fourth. It actually ended up being that Chastain was still in second because he kept going. He stayed out there. Logano done for the night. Almirola on pit road with the hood up. I think at that point his night was done. Custer, his night was done. So we get the second restart. Chastain on the front row. He would drop back going through turns 1 and 2. I think he ended up on pit road at the very end, but still managed like a top 20 or something, or at least a top 15. Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin would take the white flag. They battled. Denny Hamlin would take home the victory here at the Coke 600. Tyler Reddick recovers for a 6th place finish. Briscoe managed 4th. There's going to be some other names that ended up finishing in the top 20 that you wouldn't have expected. But again, war of attrition all night long. And as I said before, Hamlin now a Grand Slam crown jewel winner. Daytona 500, Coke 600, Bristol Night, Southern 500. Holy shit. What a fucking race. What an absolute... This was legitimately one of the best races we have seen in a long damn time. This is just holy shit. Legitimately insane. And you know what's funny? As I see this tweet now, FedEx finally got their Coke 600 redemption. Remember Bobby Labonte in the FedEx 18 had a chance to win the Coke 600. Jimmy Johnson beat him to the line. Denny Hamlin got some retribution tonight. He gets his second win of the season. Kaz Gralla finished 23rd, giving the money team their best finish to date. I mean, like, this was fucking incredible. I mean, wow. That was just wow. Incredible, man. Fucking incredible. Thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll catch y'all next time. Gateways next weekend. First time for the Cup Series going there. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. Can't wait. Catch y'all next time. Peace.